Okay, in the first screen of this new chat application that I'm making, we are gonna need our horizontal arrangement. The text box is gonna be the username, so the hint is enter a new username. We're gonna give this with as few parents. The second thing we need is an image picker, so we're gonna call this select picture profile picture. I'm gonna give with as few parents. The color is blue and the text color white. Font size 20 and the button save. Font bold 20 as font size with a few parents, and the text is gonna be save profile. We also gonna need the Firebase project, a notifier, the cloud generic component, and a time database. So in the new Firebase, we're gonna go under database, create database, test mode. This one here is what we're gonna need, and we have to enter something here, so you can put anything, after you can delete it. So here Firebase, and under configuration you can have the API key, Firebase token. So the project bucket is gonna be users. In the blocks part, and the button save is clicked, we're gonna check if the username text is empty. So this one here is text. We're gonna show an alert. On the menu initialize, we're gonna go on the Firebase project bucket. Here is users, and then we're gonna go and get tag list. The tag list event, we're gonna need a variable that's gonna be the list of all the users, so list of all the users. We're gonna grab the value after tag list event. So the second condition here is in listing. The thing is the username, and this one is the list. So if the username is already on the list, we're gonna show alert saying that pick another user. And in here enter a valid username. So the CloudGeneric component, the image picker, after picking, I'm gonna go CloudGeneric, upload media, and the path is the selection. After this, we're gonna have the media uploaded event. So we're gonna create a variable photo URL and put this as the URL. In here you can have another else if. We're gonna check if this component here is empty. So try to upload the picture again. After all these checks, we're gonna go under Firebase database, store value. The tag is the username, and the photo URL is the value to store. So we're gonna save the username and the picture the person selected. Under time database, in here we're gonna close the screen. Actually, we're gonna open another screen with start value. So the second screen is gonna be menu, and the start value in the time database, we're gonna call the tag username1, and then we're gonna save the username text. And for the last, the global variable photo URL is the start value. So we're gonna go and create a new screen. In here we're gonna have a horizontal arrangement, the width as field parent and height as 48. The color I'm gonna put as indigo. We're gonna have a label. The label is the username. So username, font size 20, I'm gonna put as left and the vertical center. We're gonna need the time database. And we're gonna need the side menu layout. On the blocks, when the menu back pressed, I'm gonna close the screen. When the menu screen is initialized, I'm gonna grab username text. It's gonna be the same as the get value from the tiny database, that is the username one. Gonna need a variable. This one is the photo, and here the same tiny database get value. So the screen one is actually the start value. So in the menu, I'm gonna delete this and grab the get start value. So the side menu layout, I'm gonna use it as a procedure, so I'm gonna call it launch side menu open side menu. So the title, first one is create group. The image is gonna be empty text. The logic true to enable and checked, and the group number 1. So the procedure is gonna come here, and the side menu item click, we're gonna go and grab an if statement. We're gonna check if the title is equal to create group. If it does, we're gonna need open another screen. We're gonna call it create group 2. So now I'm gonna copy this text, come in, add new screen, okay. In here we're gonna need the Firebase component, so the link, the project bucket, I'm gonna call it groups. So we're gonna need, gonna put this as center and center. We're gonna need the text box and the button. The text box is the group name, width as 85%. The button is gonna be button create group. We're gonna say the create, the width as few parents, color indigo, and the 20 as the font size. we're gonna need a notifier. So on the blocks part and back to pressed, we're gonna close the screen. Button create group, click. Maybe I'm gonna do the check if the group name is empty. So this one is text. Gonna show alert. So enter a valid group name, else if and else, and create group initialize. Under the project bucket, is the groups. So Firebase get tag list. So we're gonna have the event tag list, a variable, so list of all groups. I'm gonna grab the value. In lists, you're gonna grab this block, is in list thing. The thing is the group name, and the list is the list of all groups. So we're gonna check if the group name is already exists. So group name already exists. Pick another one. And finally, we're gonna go and store value. The tag is the group name, and the text is an empty text. Gonna say that group created, reload the menu screen, and last we're gonna close the screen. So in the menu screen, we're gonna go and grab a button. This button key is button load groups. Change the font size, font bold. The color we'll put as blue. So load groups with as few parent. We're gonna have list view. So the list view parent and hide few parent. And finally, the Firebase component. So this one here. And the project bucket is groups. Now button load groups when it's clicked. We're gonna grab the project bucket, the text is gonna be groups, and then we're gonna get the tag list. So grab the tag list event, we're gonna need a variable, so list of groups we're gonna grab it in list the list to CSV row list, and the value. In list view, we're gonna pick the elements from string. I'm gonna go on under text, replace all text. All text is gonna be list of groups. The segment is this one here, and the replace for empty text. So in this view, after picking, I'm gonna have the list view selection. Gonna go and grab the open out the screen start value. The start value is the name of the group, the person selected, and we're gonna have also the time database, so store value, the username text is the value, gonna call the tag username1, the second tag is the profile picture, so global photo, so this screen is gonna be group. I'm gonna add a new screen group. So in here we're gonna have horizontal arrangement. Inside the horizontal arrangement we're gonna have a text box and also a button. So the button is the send. I'm gonna have it as black and the text color is white, font bold. The horizontal arrangement, I'm gonna put center and center. The width as few parent. The text box is gonna be the message to send. Say as enter a message, enter a message. We're gonna have the Firebase component. So this link here, and the project bucket is gonna be groups, the same as here, groups. We're gonna have ChatView, put as light gray, width as few parents and height as few parents. So here I'm gonna use as lime. Now I'm gonna put this light green. Actually, let's be light gray. Gonna have a label called username. The ChatView background I'm gonna put as white. You're gonna need a notifier and time database. In blocks. Now we're gonna have back pressed. So close screen. And the group screen initialize. Gonna message to send. Actually this one here is in button, so on button click. I'm gonna say alert, so enter a valid message. So when initialize, I'm gonna grab the username text, go under turn database, get value, username 1, so this one here is the profile picture. Menu is profile pic. And also we're gonna go project bucket, as groups, and get value. The tag is gonna be the get start value. The Firebase got value event. Gonna create a new variable called message sent. Gonna go and grab the value. We're gonna do a if statement. And check if the message sent are equal to empty text. So this one here is different from empty text. I'm gonna have else if here. So if is equal to empty text, I'm gonna go under ChatView, add message. The user image is the variable global profile picture. The title is the username text. The message to send text. The time I'm gonna leave as empty. The ID is gonna be number 1, and add as a sender true. So this message is gonna be the one that the person is sending, not receiving. We're gonna need 4 variables. All of them creating an empty list. So the first one is the list of IDs. Second, list of profile pictures. The third one, list of usernames, and the last is list of messages sent. What you're gonna need now is insert list item in list. So the first one is the list of IDs. The index gonna be 1 and the item 1. We're gonna have more 3 of this one here. So the second one is the profile picture, list of profile pictures. So index 1 and the item global profile picture variable. The third one is the list of usernames. I'm gonna call index 1 and item the username text. And the last one is the list of messages sent. And the item is gonna be the message to send text. After doing this, we're gonna have to save the message on the Firebase component. So store value, the tag is gonna be the get start value, that's the name of the group. So this one here, the value to store, it's gonna be a list of sublists, so 4 of them. So the first one is gonna be the list of IDs, after that the list of profile pictures, after that the list of usernames, and finally the list message sent. Now we have to do the keys, because we're gonna use the lookup pairing keys block. So we can call this ID list big list username list, and finally message list. In here we're gonna have a else, so part we're gonna start as giving size of IDs list, so grab this. Under lists I'm gonna have the length of list, and that the list used here is the list of IDs. After that we're gonna have the add message from the ChatView, this block here. In the ID part we're gonna have the plus, so we're gonna have size of list of IDs +1. So the next message is gonna be the ID is gonna be +1. In here we're gonna have this component here. It's gonna add this new message in the end of the list of messages. So the next thing we're gonna do is to complete this thing here. We're gonna use this block because it's gonna put the item in the last part of the list. So it's gonna send the item to the last position in the list. So we're gonna need the list of IDs. List of IDs. We're gonna grab this thing here. So we're gonna check the size of the list of IDs. It's gonna be a number, so if there is two IDs already, it's gonna add one more, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 in the list of IDs. The second list is the list of this one is the username. This one here is profile pictures. We're gonna send the profile picture of the person that is sending the message to the end of the profile pictures list of profile pictures list. Now we're gonna need the username. So we're gonna send to the end of the list of usernames the name of the user that's sending the message now. And for the last, it's gonna be the list of message sent. We're gonna send the message to the end of the list of message sent. After we put all the new items in the lists, we're gonna go and grab the Firebase store value. In here you can copy this thing here, and also the get start value. So we're gonna save the new message using this thing here. We're gonna save the list of IDs, profile pictures, usernames, and list of messages sent. Now coming back to the beginning, when the screen is initialized, we're gonna grab the group name, get value from database. We're gonna check if the message sent in this variable here is different from nothing, from empty text. If it's different, we're gonna have to grab these 4 lists. So what we are doing here is to grab the list of all IDs, all message IDs. I'm going to duplicate this thing here. So the key is gonna be the same as we saved in the database. So ID list, and the pair is the value. So we're gonna have the list of all IDs of messages saved in the database. After that, we're gonna have the pick list. Now the username list. And for the last, we're gonna have the messages list. Now we're gonna need a procedure. This procedure. So in this procedure here, I'm gonna call it create chat views. We're gonna go grab ChatView, and the component is the clear ChatView. After that, we're gonna go and grab the if statement. We're gonna need the username text. We're gonna make a verification. So the variable, we're gonna need the variable list of IDs. Actually, before the if statement, we're gonna have this thing here. I'm calling ID. After that, we're gonna go and grab this thing here. We're gonna have the variable list of usernames. And the index is gonna be the ID variable. So we're gonna go under all the IDs in the list of IDs, all the IDs of the messages that was sent in the group. We're gonna select the list item in the list of usernames. In the index is gonna be all the IDs. So every time that the selection of the username is equal to the username of the person that is the username of the person that is using the application, we're gonna go and grab the ChatView, add message, so the ID is gonna be this one here. We're gonna say the message is us the sender, so the message is being sent from the user that's in the application now. I'm gonna put nothing here. Actually, the ID is not this one, is we're gonna have this thing here. So the user image, I'm gonna grab the variable profile pictures. Grab the ID. So one by one we're gonna set the images in the the message in the ChatView component. So every time that the message is sent by the guy that is using the application now that sent the message, I'm gonna go and select in the list of profile pictures the user image profile picture. In the title, we're gonna go and grab the username, and in here we're gonna grab the message sent. And the ID is gonna be in the global list of IDs. We're gonna select a item in the list of IDs. The index is gonna be the indexing listing. So it's gonna be the ID. So this thing here is to see if the message was sent as a sender, and if it was not sent by this user, we're gonna do the copy the item and the send is gonna be false, so it's gonna be a send message from another user. And in here we're gonna have to put the variable create chat views. For the last, we're gonna go under Firebase, data change. We're gonna check if the tag that is related to the name of the group is equal to the getStat value, that is the name of the group that is in this screen. If it's equal, we're gonna go and grab the Firebase get value again, and the tag is getStart value. So what we're gonna do now is test the application. So now we're gonna test the application. In the first emulator, I'm gonna enter here, and the second emulator. The first one I'm gonna call it username 1, 2, and this one username 1. Better Superfly. So select a profile picture and save profile. So in the second emulator, I'm gonna choose a new picture and save profile. In the first one, I'm gonna create a new group. So group 1. We're gonna go in load groups. Here the same thing, group 1, and then we're gonna enter the group 1. So let's test this Superfly here. So hello, I'm Superfly, how are you? And then send. In here you're gonna see the message as green because you send it, and in the second one it's gonna be gray because it's the message that we received. So I'm gonna send here as username 2, hello there. So here it's a message you sent in green, and here the message you received in gray. So to explain how it's working, the messages, we're gonna have for each ID in list, global list of IDs. So it means that in this list here we have like if there is only 3 messages in the group, we have 1, 2, 3 ID. The list of profile pictures, we have 3 links to the Cloudinary component you saved in the Cloudinary, so you have the link. The list of usernames is gonna have the username 1, username 2, username 3, and the list of users, actually here is list of messages. So we're gonna have the message 1, message 2 and message 3. This means that the first index here, first index, when the ID here is 1, we're gonna go and select list item. So we're gonna grab the URL1 here, is the user image, the title, because the ID is 1, so list of usernames, the ID 1, it's gonna be username 1, and the last thing is the list of messages. So because the ID is 1, we're gonna grab the message 1. So it's like it's gonna make because there is 3 IDs, 3 messages, I'm gonna have 3 of this thing here, this component. The first one is URL1, username 1, message 1, ID 1, and add a sender, because you send the message, it's gonna be true, so it's gonna appear as green. The title, the name, the message, the ID is the ID 1, so it's the first message in the group, and the picture is here, so the picture of the Superfly username, and in the else part, if the ID select here in the list of username is not equal to the username that's on the application, the person that is logged with this username, so it's gonna go to else. It's gonna have the same blocks, but in the ads as sender is gonna be false, so it's gonna appear as the message that you received in the color gray. Here is the profile picture of this user, the name is username, the message, and the ID is gonna be number 2. So for this video is this. I hope you like it, and in the other video we can create the login system. So in the screen, let me see, the screen menu, we're gonna create the login page, the register page, and the logout button. So this is it.